One day, early in the morning, two brothers, Urosh and Luka, decided to take their bicycles and go fishing. The morning was sunny and warm, perfect for cycling next to the river, and the two hoped to catch a lot of fish. When they arrived at the bank of the river, they set up a folding table and chairs. They had brought baits for fish, worms, and earthworms. They cast the hooks and waited for some fish to get caught. Patience and silence are important for a good catch. While they were sitting next to their fishing rods, they saw a blue butterfly that flew above the surface of the water, the croaking frogs, and the storks that hunted them as prey. There were also swans who were calmly swimming in the river and waiting for fishermen to throw them some grains for food. Observing how interesting the animal world is by the water, Urosh and Luka decided to rent a boat and explore the river bank in a boat. They sat down in a boat and started rowing down the water. While they rowed and chatted, they observed the nature that looked completely different from when they watched from the shore. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind blew. It started off so strong that the trees were bending and the waves were increasing. This often happens on the river, but they were not experienced enough to predict it because they were too young. The wind began to blow more and more, and the waves were getting bigger and bigger. At one point, the boat overturned and the children jumped into the water. Frightened, they began to swim towards the coast. Urosh and Luka learned to swim as children and were excellent swimmers. What was smart, and probably what saved them, was paddling along the shore. While they were swimming, they saw a branch and quickly grabbed onto it. The river was fast, and the boat and the oars went down the river. Like in a movie, the wind calmed down, the clouds disappeared, and the sun showed up. It was calm and sunny. Since they were wet, they sat down on the shore to dry off. The animals, as if they sensed that they needed help, none of them was afraid of Urosh and Luka. The stork spread its wings and Luka said, "Look, Urosh, the stork seems to be showing us how to do the dry off after swimming." When they dried off, they headed for their bicycles. The sun was setting and it was time to return home. As they rode their bicycles through the streets to the house, they followed traffic signs and obeyed traffic regulations. Along the way, they agreed how to tell their parents what happened to them on the river. They didn't want to lie, but they were aware that it was reckless of them to rent a boat without having enough experience. When they arrived home, their parents were worried because they saw that there was a storm coming up. Urosh and Luka told them everything that happened to them, and they agreed with their parents that they will no longer go on the boat without an experienced adult with them.